It's lit. Still warming up though. I got a little thermometer here. When it gets up to about there, it fan kicks on. It's chilly in here this morning. Uh, just a minty Manitoba morning. Let me just get my feet under me here. Well, that one's not working. Let's try this one. There we go. Okay. So, let's check out the weather first of all. Some of you always seem to comment on it. Yeah. It won't focus. It will if I do this. There we go. That's about 4 to 6 inches of snow we get in places. Plow truck is down for the count because I broke it. It was me. Yeah. So there's that. Minus 27 this morning. Didn't anticipate that. Well, I did. I did look at the forecast. So, oh, there it is. Okay. Few things going on. Let's start with this. We're going in here today. Try this out. Oh, hang on. That's not it. Oh, it's way over there. Okay, I gotta stretch my arm way down inside. Oh, come on. Hey, look what I found. I'll just set it here. Yeah. You saw it. So this is the piece that goes under the trunk floor and the upper bushings for the rear suspension, shackle, whatever you want to call it, go in there. Not much holding that thing in. 4 spot welds, maybe 10 plug welds. That's where your strength comes from, I'm assuming. So, this, of course, is garbage from about here back. So I fired up the blast cabinet, and, well, let's say it's no bueno. It isn't behaving as well as it should. Oh, see my fan kicked in. Nice. So I need to, let's call it descale it, because somewhere along the line, some rust scale got into the nozzle and I can't clear it. So now I have to, I'm going to put you in my tripod here. Now I have to clean it up. So I don't know if you guys are interested. I'm going to do it anyway. So just, come on. Slide this down a little bit. And I'll proceed to make a bit of room here. That's handy. You get an old shop vac that died, just use it as a tote for the refuse collector. Okay, let's just park you right here and focus. Actually, we're not bad. Let's go up a little bit and rise. What the heck? Oh, sorry, oh. I can't believe that just broke. Are you kidding me? Dang it. Okay, I'm going to pause because I just had a wardrobe malfunction. I'll be right back. Right there. That's the meat and potatoes of the whole operation. Just going to move you guys over a little bit more so I don't bump into it. There we go. We are recording. I think my mic is still working. So, I want to see what's causing this thing to plug up. And I see, I made a homemade screen here. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. and it catches little flakes of ham. But, I think what I'm going to do is just pop this. Uh-oh. Okay, if I'm real careful, I can dump that. Where can I dump it? And I had just added some too. I think maybe I keep a little bit much in there. I use a glass bead because it doesn't clog, but this is kind of irrelevant to the problem. The problem herein is the rust occasionally makes it past the screen. So I'm just going to get, oh, there's some really big flakes in there. Maybe that's what it is. One big chunk and it's game over. It quits blasting. Should I drag a vacuum over? Okay, one of those pieces is a screen. Maybe it's time to get rid of it. Make a new one, maybe? I don't know, there's lots of crap in it anyway. Okay. Now I have one last thing to do before I carry on with this. Come on. Snap that back in. Put this back. And what I'm going to do is reverse blow out the blowgun. I'm going to have to get up out of your way and blow whatever's in the line, clear it, and then we'll see. Maybe there's real junk in there. Up to daisy. All right. I don't want to turn the light on, so I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna do this blind. Door's open too. I gotta be careful then. Okay. She's corked and I heard the blockage. I heard it clear. Alrighty. So, what is causing it? Let's find out. We'll find out together. I can turn this off. I always keep the, you can hear that? I keep the drain on that open. Okay. I hope it's in here. Let's see if we can find anything substantial that's causing blockage. Nothing. So, oh, what's that? No, just a chunk of screen that shouldn't be there. Oh. That might be it. I only have to service this thing like once every 6 months, so yeah, it could be nothing. Could be crap I actually dumped in there too. Okay, so I'm gonna go get my little vacuum, wherever it is, and I'm gonna vacuum the end of that hose out in case it's laying in there, because it likes to play funny tricks. Then I'll dump in some fresh sand. It's not sand, it's glass bead. Not crushed glass, glass bead. Where was I going? Vacuum. Little vacuum. He's right here. And DeWalt. Okay. I don't know. Does this thing block noise? I guess we'll find out. So yeah, what do I say? Noise warning? And away we go. It's not bad. Good enough. Good enough. I don't know. It's good enough. Okay, what do I do next? Put that back on. Screen back in. This must have had provision for a screen in the beginning of time because there's a little shelf in there, which is what I was depending on for it to work. That little black line, can you see it? No. This guy right here goes into the feed line to the gun, and what it does is just allows a little air bleed, and it makes it pull the glass media better. Glass bead flows better than sand or crushed glass, so that's why I use it. And it explodes on impact and takes a rust and scale and paint with it, as near as I can figure out anyway. I don't know. I guess I'm going to put sand in it and sand. I always say it. Put some glass in it and see if it works. It should. So I'm going to continue glass bead blasting, and I'll bring you back when this piece is cleaned up. Well, isn't that a fine how do you do? So I figured while I'm fiddling around with this, I would get this. Oh, what the heck? That's this guy. Okay. I would get this plate installed in here. In order to do so, you kind of have to cut a little notch out. See this gap? That is no bueno. So I'm going to have to grind a little bit here. But looking at the end of it, I don't have that much. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to grind it out as much as I can. And then I guess what I'll have to do is shorten these. That was a little extra work that I wasn't planning on, but whatever. This was a little extra work that I wasn't planning on, so. Yeah, just the frustrations of this stuff. Oh well. I'm just going to keep plunking away till I get it close. I think I can install this and the other part that I, of course, chopped off, that I have made. It's sitting on the bench, that I have to rework because it's too long and it's too wide and it's too tall. So what I have to do is make that piece fit in here, and then I'll get it installed after I get this thing cut down. I got to make that piece fit in here so I can trim it. I don't want it sticking above this because there's a bunch of plug welds, 5 on each side on this end and 3 or 4 on this end. So I got to get that done. 1, 2, 3, 4 plug welds here. So I think what I'm going to do is also, I'm going to weld this in after. Yeah, so plunk away happily, I guess. And that's that. Check mic. Yeah, still green. Okay, well, I've done my share of die grinding. Let's see if we can get this up in a spot where we can see it now. The bottom of the channel is right inside the panel now. So that's good. This side isn't bad. I got some metal to bash around a little bit. This side, I am just going to beat it into submission. And then I'll build the inside piece. I'll finish building that, get it welded together. This is all getting plug welded together before I put it in the car. While it's light, what I should actually do is fit it to the car. Yeah, no, maybe. Because I got to go in and out a few times with that. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just work on getting this piece here ready to go in. I won't weld it together until I'm ready to set it in the car. And then if I got to make adjustments, I still can. So that's probably where I'm going to leave it because I got to get a lot of this cleaned up. It looks pretty rank. So yeah, that's where we're at, my friends. I should be out clearing snow, but it's cold. I don't want to play outside in the cold. Or maybe I should rip up to the house at least. Wonder if my tractor will start. Do I want to? Not really. Okay, that's another subject for another person for another time. So yeah, I also made marks. So this is the distance of the tube to this back panel right here. I made a mark where the top of the tape measure goes to the tube. Then side to side, 4 5/8 to the corner of the box, and that one over there, 4 3/4. So that'll give me my positioning on this end when I go to finally set it in place and do the final welding. So yeah, it doesn't really seem like it's all that real sturdy. So I'm not all that concerned. If it held it together before, it will hold it together again because it'll be all new metal. Okay, so that's where we're at. I'm just going to continue on and I'll bring you back when either I got it together or whatever I've done or not done. So yeah, at this point, it's just a matter of what do I want to do next. So for now, as always, I'd like to thank you both for watching, and I really need someone to clean up after me. Have a great day. Good day. It's a new day. A couple of them later. So I've been picking away at this frame rail. Well, that's not okay. I'll deal with that after. That's in my way. Where are we? Oh yes. So this is that piece of rear suspension. I've painted it with this stuff, just something to stabilize the rusty bits. And what I've done, of course, is cut it off here. I think that's what it was. She's not so pretty. So that's gone. That's done. This is drilled for plug welds. My intention is to wreck the primer sealer, this stuff, so it'll at least buy it some time. Can I do this one-handed? There. You know, some clamps, and you know, fill in the welds. Now this was set up before. I'm certain with the little blocks inside for trailer hitch. This shit's way thicker, so no need. What I did was beat on this with the air hammer and kind of flatten it all out because these flanges here didn't match the new panel. So I beat the new panel to suit the flanges, kind of, and where I can get a decent amount of plug welds in. So the plan is to start off with the ones that are close. I'll use clamps and I'll pull it down and I'll make sure it's good and tight. This little flag right here that I cut out to get that in, I'll just hammer it in, buzz that into place. So this will be assembled and ready to go back up as the rear frame rail. And then what I'm going to do is get in there, finish cutting out the section of bad floor. I'm going to step the floor, and I'm just going to lay in a sheet metal panel, drilled from the top to plug weld this guy in. So then I can start fitting that. Another couple days. This is going way beyond my estimate of what it would take, but I'm going to stick to my guns and kind of treat it as this side being my learning curve, so I don't track the time. I'm just going to do it. And when I got to the other side, I know all I need to know, kinda. And I'll track the time on that side. I'll double that time, and that'll be what I'm going to call for that frame rail repair. So I spent way more time on this than I should have. But again, it's a learning curve. I've never done this. So I'm still experimenting. I've got to change the, I have to grind the bit on my air hammer because it's leaving way too many marks. So maybe I should chuck that in the drill and soften that edge. Woo, yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'll put this one in the drill and soften the edge. This way it'll leave less marks. Oh, hey. Today is what, the 27th? February? You can hear the wind howling through the door. Can we focus? Yeah, look at that. It is just insane out there. The wind is crazy, and we've been getting snow off and on. Minus 30 expected for tonight. Can you believe that? Most of you don't care. You're probably in a warmer climate anyway. So, yeah, just the bitter cold. So, on that, oh, yeah, you can really see it here. That's the last of my wood pellets. 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 3. I think there's 5 in there, so I got 8. You can't really tell, but it is really howling through here. Yeah, so I got to find a cord. I know there's one in the basement. Maybe I'll just go round that one up. Anyway, on that note, some of you know my struggles lately with mobility. Yesterday, I went for a cortisone shot in my left hip. Doc said 36 to 48 hours before you feel any effects. My left hip today, I wouldn't say pain-free, but it's a darn big improvement for me. I knew that just as I stepped out of bed this morning. It was like I can walk. So that's always awesome. So yeah, next I'm going to gear up. I'm going to get that thing all plug welded, ready to go in. That should be fine once I got that done. Then what am I going to do? I'll touch it up with some more primer or some rust converter, just so it's as good as it's going to be, better than it was. That's the whole intention of what I'm doing on this car, is as good as it's going to be and better than it was. Yeah, so frame rail is like on one side is halfway done, and that should be enough to get this thing wrapped up. I'm hoping by the end of next week I can have that other side done. I'll probably work through the weekend. I got nothing to do anyway. It's still winter. The sooner I get this out, the sooner I can move on to bigger and brighter things. So I'm going to shut this one down and submit it for your approval. Like I said, I'm 20 some odd subscribers away. I'm planning some sort of a little gift for a draw on when I reach that 1,000 mark. Just something minor, you know, just as a token of my appreciation. As well, I appreciate everybody watching and commenting and hitting the like button. And I thank all of you new subscribers for dropping in and saying, hey. So as always, I'd like to thank you both for watching. And Have a great day.